evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome everyone to Newman City Council, the regular meeting for May 22nd, 2018. Would everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag and remain standing for the invocation. Ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Herbert Bayard Swoop once said, "I can't give you a surefire formula for success, but I can give you a formula for failure. Try to please everyone all the time." Good thought. Let's pray. Most gracious Father, we thank you tonight for this opportunity to serve our community. We thank you for those that are in attendance, and we ask your blessings on this meeting. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Could we have a roll call, please?
Councilmember McDonald?
Here.
Graham? Here. Mayor Pro Tem Candia?
Here.
Day?
Here.
Mayor Martina?
Here. From closed session, no recordable actions were taken. Next item will be declaration of conflict of interest.
None.
There being none tonight. Ceremonial matters, proclamation, building safety month. So, is there anyone here to receive it? Are you going to receive it?
No. Brinkman will come and get it.
Okay. I'll get the right one. If we'll go over to the podium, please. Yeah, we would just walk out. There's a lot of whereas. That's what type of whereas our city of Newman is committed to recognizing our growth and strength, of the safety and economic value of homes, buildings, and infrastructure that serve our citizens both everyday life and times of natural disaster. And whereas our confidence in the structural integrity of these buildings that make up our community is achieved through the devotion of vigilant guardians, building safety, and the fire prevention officials, architects, engineers, builders, tradespeople, designers, professionals, laborers, and others in the construction industry who work year-round to ensure the safety construction of buildings. And whereas these guardians are dedicated members of the International Code Council, a U.S.-based organization that brings together local, state, and federal officials that are experts in the built environment to create and implement the highest quality codes to protect us in the building where we live, learn, work, worship, and play. Whereas Building Safety Month is sponsored by the International Code Council to remind the public about the critical role of the community, largely unknown guardians of the public safety, our local code officials, who assure us of our safe, efficient, livable buildings that are essential to keep America great. And whereas each year in observing Building Safety Month, Americans are asked to consider the commitments to improve building safety, economic investment at home and in the community, and to acknowledge the essential services provided to all of us by local and state building departments, fire prevention bureau, federal agencies in protecting lives and property. Now, therefore, I, Robert Martina, Mayor of Newman, proclaim the month of May 2018 as Building Safety Month. Accordingly, I encourage all citizens to join with their community in participating in Building Safety Month achievements. Congratulations. Tell me good luck. Go ahead, please.
Building and safety, I don't know if a lot of you know much about building department, but we are like firefighters and police officers. We are out there enforcing code, making sure the environment in the city and the commercial residential properties are safe for people to go into. So it's really dear to us, and I encourage you to visit the building department. My Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. We're moving on to proclamation National Public Works Week. Kat, I know you want to say a lot, so I didn't even let you read this.
I'll keep it short and sweet so we can get to the good stuff. You're fine.
Whereas public works professionals focus on infrastructure, facilities, and services that are vitally important to sustainable and resilient communities and to the public health, high quality of life, and well-being of the people of the city of Newman. And whereas these infrastructures, facilities, and services could not be provided without the dedicated efforts of public works professionals who are engineers, managers, employees from state and local government and the private sector, who are responsible for rebuilding, improving, and protecting our nation's transportation, water supply, wastewater treatment, and solid waste systems, public buildings, parks, and other structures and facilities essential to our citizens. Whereas it is the public interest for the citizens, civic leaders, and children of the city of Newman to gain knowledge of how to maintain progressive interests and understand of the important public works and public works programs in their community. Whereas the American Public Works Association has celebrated the annual National Public Works Week since 1960. Now I therefore, Robert Martin, on behalf of the city of Newman, do hereby proclaim May 20th through May 26, 2018 National Public Works Week, and urge all our residents to join the American Public Works Association and government agencies in paying tribute to our public works professionals, engineers, managers, and employees, and to recognize the sustainable contributions they have made to protecting our nation's health, safety, and quality of life.
I'd just like to thank the Public Works employees that came tonight. And then also a special thank you to all the other staff members and the council, and especially our city manager, because without them, we couldn't do our job, and we all play an important part of the success of the city. And so thank you very much.
7 is items from the public. These are non-agenda items. If anyone would like a 6C. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry. Whereas. This, and you know, the interesting thing, this is so important and it's so big, and I apologize going right by it, but this is a badge pinning of the new volunteer firefighters, which you firefighters, without you, you know, the city would not be able to protect ourselves the way we can with you. And thank you so much for what you do. And we don't take it lightly, because in a small town, without volunteers to be firefighters, we're not going to be much of a town. But anyway, thank you, and I apologize. And I guess the chief would like to make a presentation.
We're always getting forget about. No, I'll take that back. Honorable Mayor and Council, I would like to introduce the newest members of the Newman Fire Department tonight. As you know, the Newman Fire Department relies heavily on volunteers from our community. These fine citizens have agreed to meet the challenges of volunteering. I would like to describe some of the examples of the challenges that are required for their position. Climbing a 100-foot ladder, rappelling out of a 3-story building, passing through a tunnel no bigger than they are wide, and of course, entering a room that is on fire. These tasks are exhausting, mentally challenging, and physically demanding. During this time, these individuals become a team and overcome many fears that most of us are not aware of. With this training, they are now expected to answer the call of the community for help and at times put their life on the line. They will face great risk to accomplish great gains. I would like to remind their family members here tonight, these firefighters will come home different at times, unwilling to talk or just needing space. Please don't take this personal. These firefighters are expected to do and see things that are not normal. Remember, the fires we face and the dying we care for do not recognize us as volunteers. The firefighters are now part of a bigger family. Without further delay, I would like to introduce Firefighter Diaz. Firefighter Diaz is 19 years old and he's a former fire explorer. Tonight he will promote to a probationary firefighter. He is honored and pleased to have this opportunity so early in his firefighting career. As a kid, he's always wanted to be a firefighter, as most young children do. A high school career day visit from the fire department was a changing point of firefighting, becoming a dream instead of being a dream, becoming a reality. He recalls speaking with Chief Bowen, Firefighter Estrada, and Firefighter Gill during the career day. During the conversation, he learned about fire explorers. He recalls how scary it was coming into the fire department at a young age with dreams of being a volunteer firefighter. However, the same firefighters here tonight are the same firefighters that made him feel home. Firefighter Diaz recalls all the new opportunities the fire explorers had offered him, including tonight. He appreciates all the wonderful people in our community and allied agencies. Since completing the Basics Fire Academy, he plans on attending EMT school this summer. And I'll be pinning his badge. We're not public speakers. They're just good looking. That's all we are, good looking. Next, I'd like to introduce Firefighter Martinez. She's 25 years old and has a 5-year-old daughter. During the day, she is a manager with Lowe's Hardware in Turlock. As a probationary firefighter, she is also certified as an emergency medical technician. Straight out of high school, she enlisted in the Air Force, hoping to work at a medical base, but was surprised to find out she was pregnant with her daughter. She then attended college and obtained her associate's degree in sports medicine and athletic training. After realizing that she was not interested in sports medicine, she went back to college and got her EMT. She accredits her interest in the fire service to the many people she met while attending EMT training. She plans on going to Modesto Junior College in August and completing the State Certified Fire Academy, with hopes of then attending paramedic school. Her final goal will be to obtain a full-time job as a firefighter paramedic. Next, Firefighter Alvarez. Firefighter Alvarez was born in San Jose, California, and is the youngest of 4 siblings. He grew up in San Jose, where he obtained his Bachelor's of Science degree in engineering. He currently works as a heavy machine operator and truck driver. As a child, he always had a calling to help others. He always thought about fulfilling that calling as a firefighter. He does not take this calling lightly and is privileged to serve the community of Newman. He's going to have Captain LaGruda pin his badge.
He will. Here, he's so old he can't see.
Make him nervous.
He's a very dear friend.
Harder than
Yeah. He is, believe me.
This was in no order, so doesn't mean anything just because you're last. So next, I'd like to introduce Firefighter Silva. Firefighter Silva has been married for 12 years to his wife, Liz, and they have 3 children, Andrew, Victoria, and Lauren. All right. He started his fire service career in 1999 with the Patterson Fire Department, when he decided to join and serve in the U.S. Army in 2011. He was stationed in Fort Bragg, North Carolina as a paratrooper. He deployed to Afghanistan in 2013 and completed his military service honorably in 2015. After moving back to California, He was hired as a correctional officer at the United States Penitentiary in Atwater, where he has been working ever since. In December of 2017, his family and him decided to move back to Newman. They love the small farming town community and feel it is a great place to raise their children. And he's going to have, actually, Councilmember Graham. So again, I just take this moment to congratulate all of them. They worked hard and glad to have them, so thank you.
Thank you. Would you like to take a short break?
Yeah, if you
Okay,
can't, we got refreshment.
This is wonderful. I can't believe it. Thank you, guys. Thank you for what you do.
I'd like to say a couple things real quick. First, for all the volunteer firefighters, a lot of people in our city don't even know that we have a volunteer fire department. And volunteer firefighting was something that was dear to my heart. I started in Patterson, West End Fire Department when I was 18, did it for a long time. I've known Danny, or Tony, for his brother, Danny, and then him for about 23, 24, 25 years. So giving to your country, community, as all you guys are doing, it takes a big heart, big responsibilities. A lot of people don't know, middle of the night, pagers go off, they jump out of bed, leaving their families behind and run out and go to the unknown and then return home in time for the alarm clock to go off and head off to work. So it's a big commitment, and I appreciate everybody that does it for the community, because like I said, a lot of people don't know that you guys are all volunteer and don't even realize it by your guys' responses. So thank you.
If I can just say a real quick thing, and thank you so much for your service, but you're the pulse of this city. Any crisis that happens here in terms of a fire, or even someone that gets sick or have a heart attack, we call you all. So I just want to congratulate you. And I look at some of the old timers like Bob and what is George, Jim, and these guys been around for quite a long time, and they've seen this city, you know, as it grows. And as we get bigger, you know, we're going to need your help. So just like I say to Randy, our chief police officer, he has a big responsibility in terms of keeping us all safe here. So my hat's off to you, and thank you so much for your service, and hopefully that you know, it would be rewarding for you, you know, in the city of Newman. Thanks a lot.
I agree with both Councilmember Graham and Councilmember McDonald. Firefighters just don't get the credit that they deserve. And this pinning ceremony may seem kind of silly and that kind of thing, but it's a way for us as a city and as a council to recognize the sacrifices that you're making for our community. We appreciate it from the bottoms of our hearts. We really do. Thank you.
So could we give them a standing ovation?
Absolutely.
And with that, we'll take an hour break.
An hour?
We'll take a short break.
There's
right.
It's your turn.
Okay, I'd like to reconvene the council meeting.
Hey, Bob, I'd just like to point out that the fire department took off running because there's a working structure fire right now. So they're all here on their
Yeah, I heard
time,
the chief,
and they all take off for something big like that. That's
Yeah.
exactly.
Absolutely.
Happens during the middle of dinner or anything.
Thank you, good people. With that, we're going to move on to item 7. It's items from the public, non-agenda items. And this is a golden opportunity for some young people from YOLO, correct? That are going to get up and go to the podium. If you would, state your name and the school, and maybe say your teacher or something like that. And then go ahead and make your speech or whatever you have. So, someone's got to be first.
Right. Don't all of you rush up at one time.
It's okay. The first one that gets to sit down and listen to everyone else.
That's true.
So,
There you go.
There we go. The man of the hour.
Yeah.
He's going to show you how easy it is. Right?
Hi, my name is Elias Camacho. I go to Yolo Middle School and I live here in Newman. I'd like to thank you for your time to go to Yolo Middle School for our mock interview day and our career day, and for allowing us to join you here today. I am thankful because you guys showed me the importance of what you guys do at your jobs, as well as the challenges you guys have to face. And now I can write a cover letter and a resume which I know I can help me land a good job in the future. I have learned a lot from this experience. It seems like you guys enjoy what you do even though it's hard. This experience will help me in the future. Thank you again for your time, and have a nice night.
Good job, buddy. Good job.
I have a quick question for you.
I told no questions. Go ahead.
So you look like you're young enough to be at Barrington instead of YOLO.
Yeah, I get that a lot because I actually started school early.
Earlier. Oh, good. And now, do you know that this is live stream, that you're being watched all over?
I am?
There you go. Good job, bud.
Very good. Thank you. Okay, who's next?
Hello, my name is Irvin Aguirre, and I attend YOLO Middle School, and I live in Newman. Dear City Council, thank you so much for your time. City Council, for all your time. You came out here and helped us for our futures, so that way we can get good jobs by doing well on most of the interviews that we go to. I am confident now, and thank you for your experience. Because of your time and my experience, I know all of us can strive to become better people in life. We are more confident with other people, and we know all the right things to do. Like to wait for the employer to tell you to sit down, or when you have to give them a good handshake. And I look them in the eye with a straight face. Thank you again for your time.
Very good. Good job. You're good.
Question?
Any questions?
You want the question?
Good job.
Very
Yeah,
good.
very good job.
Thank you.
Thank you. Now, you girls, guess what? It has to be a girl this time. Oh, okay, 7th grade.
Cool.
Hello, my name is Sandra Ruiz, and I attend YOLO Middle School. I live here in Newman, and I would like to thank all of you for coming and going to our school. I'd like to thank you all for your time because I know you all have very busy. I am very thankful that all of you came to mock interview day because this helped us prepare for our future. Not only that, but it gave us a chance to help surpass some peers because some of us are scared to talk to adults. This gave us the perfect moment to go out of our fears, and I think it was a great opportunity to open up to more events like this. This will help me in my future because I know what to do and how to act in an interview. More importantly, now I know how to write a resume and cover letter and how to present it. Furthermore, it will allow me to more easily get a job because I have experience and won't be as nervous. I would like to not only thank you for your time, but for your acknowledgement and help in this event. I know you have many things to do, and I appreciate your kindness by have come to our school and have talked and interviewed with us. Thank you very much.
You got it.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and City Council. My name is Adriana Gomez, and I am from Mr. Santor's 8th grade U.S. History class at Yellow Middle School. My address is 201 Tower Way. A major issue we have in Newman is the area of dirt near Yellow Middle School and next to the park. There are many areas around Newman in which consist of simply dirt and trees. Therefore, we question why not use that area to construct something that will benefit the kids and adults of Newman. Whether it's increasing the park length, building a pool, or any other type of building, we believe the area should be put to use. It has great potential to become less of an eyesore than it already is. We should develop the area to keep it from becoming a meeting or hangout area for teens looking for trouble. Thank you.
Good job.
Question.
That.
We have
Hang on.
questions.
Hang on. Hang on.
And you have
We have
questions?
questions.
So,
It's okay.
so that area, that dirt area, was slated for something else. It was slated for a pool. That was Measure M that we tried to pass 2 elections ago, 2016, and it didn't get approved. That was the plan, was to build a big pool there with a splash pad for littler kids and that. And so we're still contemplating ways to make that happen. But that's what that land was set aside specifically for.
And let me say this to you is that me personally, I think a lot of about our youth here and how much it's important for us to work hard to bring activity here for our youth. That pool means a lot, and we're going to fight to try to get that pool passed so that you all will have a swimming pool here in the city of Newman. Not only that, there's other activities that we're basically looking in terms of for the city of Newman to increase activity for our youth here. So thank you very much for just acknowledging and bringing it to the forefront that you all are thinking of the same thing that we're talking about here at City Council. So keep that on your agenda and come back and visit us here as we grow.
And when that process starts, you can join in and help if you'd like.
That's
and
right.
gather your friends.
Were there other areas in town that you were interested in that were areas that are dirt and trees, or was it mainly the area where we were talking about the pool?
It was mainly that area, but there's a place around my house where it was just like plain old dirt and stuff, but they're building houses there now. So.
Okay. Well, thank you for bringing that to our attention. That's
Thank you for
very, very brave of you and very city conscious of you. Thank you.
These are young ladies, they showed up at 6 o'clock, thought the city council meeting was going to start at 6. The 8th graders.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and City Council. My name is Catherine Gonzalez, and I am from Mr. Santor's 8th grade U.S. History class in Yolo. My address is 1040 Gravel Court. One issue I would like to address is the rocky road near Oristemba High School.
There's one particular road around there which cars use to drop off their kids to school. To be honest, it seems quite dangerous. It's just one lane and cars come from both sides. Some cars have to move onto the grass so that another car from the other side pass through, and that's pretty risky. The road just isn't in its best condition, and I think it either needs work or it should just be blocked off so no one uses it. We feel an injury is bound to happen if not repaired. Thank you.
You're talking about Jensen
Are you
Road?
talking about Jensen Road?
Yeah.
That's currently county, but it's being incorporated, at which point it will be repaired. But currently, it's not part of the city. And I tend to agree with you, that's all on our radars as a street of issue.
And we do recognize that is a problem. The traffic there in the morning for people dropping the kids off at school is very dangerous for those of you that are walking, as well as for the cars that are going both directions. So thank you for bringing that to our attention.
Do you walk there? Do you cross from the other side of 33? Oh, okay.
Oh, very good.
Good job.
Well, thank you.
Thank you. Good job.
Hi, my name's Brandy Decatur, and I'm a teacher at Yolo Middle School. I teach 7th grade and 8th grade English language arts. These students came out today to impress you. I hope they've done their job. They've been citizens of the community. They've shown up, and they've voiced their concerns and their thanks for your time. I think it's really important for them to get involved in their civic duties, but I'm also here on behalf of Mr. Santor, who does teach 8th grade history. He was unable to make it tonight. So the 8th graders are from his history class, and 7th graders are from the mock interview day where they're thanking you for your time. So I just wanted to explain that and say job well done, guys. Thank you.
Good job. Thank you.
And thank you all for your time, because you did come out and support the entire school of Yolo, and that was very much appreciated. So thank you.
Thank you very much for coming,
Yeah.
and we're here for you. If you have something to say about the city, please feel free to come to our meetings. We always have an opportunity. Items from the public, you could get up and you could say something informational, items about your school or anything else. I think this is good. It's good for you to be able to get up to the podium and speak to people. And the more often you do it, the more you feel that it's easy to do. And we're looking for young people like yourself to become citizens that understand politics, understand what's going on in our city, and care. And you certainly care about our city. We thank you for that. Anyway, with that, we're going to continue.
Mayor, I may add something real quick just for the young ones. This will be on TV, Channel 7, your local station, as well as on our website. You can go to our website later tonight and watch yourself on the internet.
And congratulations and good luck next year as freshmen.
Absolutely.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Yeah, that's a very good job. Thank you so much.
And of course, with that, we're going to, any
Mayor.
other items for the public?
One more.
Oh,
Yeah, I took that, I didn't forget you.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and council members, for having me here tonight. I'm Sophia Petrakis. I am the Newman Public Library Branch Supervisor. So today kicks off the start of summer reading, which is always a big thing every year. We have 3 age categories: children's, teens, and adults. For the children's, they read half an hour each day for a week. They come to the library and they get a little toy as a prize. And at the end of the season, which is August 7th, they can win a Razor scooter and also a gift card for Amazon.com. For the teens, or close to teens, you read 7 hours a week and then bring in this, and then there's a weekly drawing for a $25 gift card. We also had the Friends of the Newman Library donate a pair of Skull Candy headphones and one of the Insta film cameras where you take the film, comes out, and then you shake it and it develops. So those are pretty cool. And then also the adults. We have prizes for you guys. We have, I think, 10 little prizes right now. Gift baskets include chocolate and wine. There's an ice cream sundae basket. There's a date night with movie and a few snacks. Then we have some smaller ones like a hour massage and manicure and just a few hair care products. But all you have to do is read a book, even a magazine, anything you can, write a review, and turn this in with the basket number that you choose. And then all the prizes are donated by the Friends of the Library, and the Amazon gift cards are donated by Stanislaus County. And then for our normal library ongoings, our story time has resumed this last month in May after our break in April, and we have it every Wednesday. We added extra stay-in plays because that got really popular for the children 0 through 5 on Fridays, so we figured the kids are there, we might as well just do it after story time. And all they do is come in and play with all the different educational toys. We have little containers that are separated by colors, shapes, and honestly, I just have fun in there and hang out with the kids. And then for Father's Day, we have a decorated chocolate bar in different superheroes. So send your kids over, or for your guys' parents, come on down and make that for your dad. And Lego Days, I was reminded that we have a Lego Derby, and I'll be pulling that out once a month for everyone to play with. We also are bringing in more STEAM projects, which is science, technology, engineering, art, and, gosh, what is M? Math. That's why I forgot it. We're going to be doing Rosie Revere Engineer, and it's basically building a tower, see how tall you can make it, see what kind of weight it can support before it falls. And on Saturday, June 9th, part of the summer reading program has Magic Dan come out and do a magic show for us. And that is it. Thank you.
Busy.
Yes, really busy this month
busy.
and
Awesome.
next month for the summer.
Thank you so much. Thanks. Yeah. Okay, not to miss anyone with any other items from the public? Being none, we'll move on to the consent calendar. A, waive all readings of ordinance and resolution except by title. B, approval of warrants. C, approval of minutes of the April 24th, 2018 meeting. D, adopt resolution number 2018. A resolution adopting a new City of Newman records retention policy utilizing the Secretary of State's local government records management guidelines dated February 2006 and replacing the city's existing records retention policy adopted November 14th, 2006 by resolution number 2006-47. E, adopt resolution number 2018, next number, a resolution requesting that the Board of Supervisors of Stanislaus County consolidate the November 6, 2018 City of Newman municipal elections with the gubernatorial general election to be held on the same day. F, approval of the 2018 Memorandum of Understanding with Turlock Mosquito Abatement District. G, adopt resolution number 2018 ratifying memorandum of understanding between the City of Newman and the operating engineer, local number 3, miscellaneous bargaining union. H, adopt resolution 2018, next number, a resolution adopting a salary schedule for miscellaneous employees. And with that, any comments from the public? This is an opportunity if you want to make any comments on these. There being none, I bring it back to the council for direction.
I move that we approve the consent calendar as read.
I would second that.
Okay, motion been made and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion opposed, opposed. Motion carried 5-0. Thank you. 9 is a public hearing, and there is no public hearing tonight. 10, regular business. Adopt resolution number 2018 next number, a resolution initiating proceedings for the levy and collection of assessments for the lighting and landscaping maintenance district for fiscal year 2018-2019 and orders the participation of the engineering's report, preparation of the engineering report.
Thank you, Mayor. The Landscape and Lighting Act of 1972 requires the city to assess and do an engineer's report for all our lighting and landscape maintenance districts, and that's every fiscal year. And so this is the first step in that process. The NBS contractors, an engineering firm, will be doing an engineer's report, and they'll consider all expenses and revenues in our 15 assessment districts. And then the second step, I'll be bringing that report back to you for review and consideration. And so this is a resolution initiating the proceedings for the levy and collection of assessments for the lighting and landscape maintenance districts for fiscal year 18-19. I'll take any questions.
Any questions? With that, I'll open it up to the public for any comment. There being none, I'll bring it back to the council for direction.
Move that we adopt resolution number 2018 next in number, a resolution initiating proceedings for the levying and collecting of assessments for the lighting and landscape maintenance district for the fiscal year 2018-2019 and orders the preparation of the engineer's report.
Second motion. Okay, motion's been made and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried 5-0.
Thank you.
Very much, Catherine. B, approval of the funding mechanisms for Measure L.
I gotta make those titles longer, doesn't give me enough time to get up here. As you all know, our city has major multiple road repair projects starting next month. Funding for this $1.89 million project comes from 3 different sources. The first funding source is from SB 1, which is also known as the Road Repair and Accountability Act. These funds from the state increase in gas taxes and registration fees. With these funds, we can either spend what we receive during the year, or we can save up multiple years and then do the project. With this project, we'll spend what we receive, which is roughly $90,000 this year. SB 1 funds do not allow us to spend future years' money this year. So in other words, you can't spend it before you get it.
Yeah.
The second source of funds comes from CDBG. With these funds, we're going to treat it similar to the SB 1 funding. We'll spend what we're promised for this project, which is roughly $250,000. Now for Measure L, which is the largest portion of this project, these funds come from the county's voter-approved half-cent sales tax increase. We're guaranteed a certain percentage of the total Measure L revenues received by StanCog. StanCog oversees the distribution of these funds and projects us to receive roughly $311,000 a year for the next 25 years. Unlike SB 1 and CDBG, with this revenue stream, we can borrow against it, do a major project now, and then use the future year's revenues as they arrive to pay off the debt. We could find outside financing for this, but if we can afford it, it's less expensive for us to fund it in-house, and we can afford it. If you look at Exhibit A, which is attached to the staff report, one of the benefits that we have from the timing of this project is it spans 2 fiscal years. So we can use the revenue from these 2 years to help pay down some of the costs, which requires us to borrow a lesser amount of money. So if you look on the left-hand side, we've got our different sections. The top section will be revenue, and then expenditures, our loan information, and then our cash balance down at the bottom. In the first column of numbers are projected for this year. We're looking at roughly $427,000 coming in. Remember, the county only projected that we would get $311,000, so we're getting a lot more than we were expecting. Our expenditures for this year, if we're looking at this whole 3-month project, I basically took 1 month of the 3 months and posted it to this year. So roughly $518,000, which means we would have to borrow roughly $90,000 from our general fund this year. And next year, 2018-19, now if you look at the revenue stream going forward here, I've been very conservative on this and projected only 90% of the revenues to come in, but it should be better than that. Assuming that population still continue to increase, people are still buying homes, more people are moving into the county, buying more stuff, sales tax will go up. We should be doing much better than that. So in the next year, we're going to be finishing the project, which is a little over $1 million, and have $384,000 to reduce that debt by, and only have to borrow $651,000 from our general fund, for a total loan balance roughly of $742,000. Now these are all estimates and projections, so it could vary from this. If we get greater revenues from Measure L during next year, we'd have to borrow less. Okay, now the next year, starting in 1920, all the way through is when we start paying off this debt. In 1920, we project another $384,000, pay down almost half, or a little bit over half of our outstanding debt to the general fund, and then the year following that, 2021, pay off the remainder of it. And at that point, we're projecting roughly $26,000 in Measure L funds left over in the fund. Now at that point, we could start over again, just like we did now, do another big project, or if we decided to wait for a couple of years, by the end of 2023, fiscal year 23, we're looking at another $800,000 stored in Measure L, which we could use right then to pay for a project without having to borrow anything. So we have that flexibility. Today's general fund balance is currently at $2.4 million, which is sufficient for us to lend $742,000 for this short period of time. It'll still leave us a 40% reserve, which is pretty healthy. According to the California Society of Municipal Finance Officers, most cities are looking around 20 to 30% reserve, so it would still be healthy. From this project, the Measure L's revenues are projected to be very conservative. As I was saying before, as our populations continue to increase, sales tax should increase, which will give us more revenues. In the staff report, we're not requesting a specific amount because there could be quite a few variances depending on revenues. But what we are asking is that you approve this funding mechanism just for the Measure L project. Be happy to answer any questions you might have.
Only question I would say, I can't believe Measure L, how powerful it is. I mean, what it's going to do for this city. I don't even know if the citizens understand.
Yeah.
They're going to see it this summer. They're going to see it when they start repairing the roads. And it's going to make a heck of an impact. I mean, I'm so excited about Measure L. I just think that, the council, not the council, but the supervisors were nice enough to give us a little bit extra. You guys all know that. So percentage made a difference. But we thank you, Jim, because small towns sometimes get forgotten. They forget about small towns and they don't get a decent percent. I know you bump it up a little bit for us. That made a hell of a difference.
Yeah, we're going to get a lot done for that half cent.
Yeah. Thank you. Any other questions?
So we just need approval on the funding mechanism.
I move for approval of the funding.
I'll second it. Okay, motion's been made and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried 5-0. Okay, item 11, item from District 5, Stanislaus County Supervisor, Mr. Jim D. Martini.
Good evening, Mayor Martina, members of the council. I have a few things tonight. Mostly on the task force. We met last week in Patterson, and we're finalizing all of our stuff for the West Side Walks and the Health Summit. At your seats, you should have received one of these. This is a flyer for our West Side Walks. These are walks for exercise around the high school tracks in Newman, Patterson, and Gustine. They will be on Thursday nights from 6 to 8, beginning on June 7th and ending on July 26th. They'll be just once a week on Thursday nights. And we've done this for years, and this is a nice, safe place for everybody to just go around and walk at your own pace. I have some walk wheels too. I gave them to the other cities, but unfortunately this morning I left the walk wheels on my kitchen table on the counter there. So I'll have to bring them back sometime this week. And the idea was the participants there will keep track of how many laps they make. There's no minimum or number that you have to do, and then you turn in your wheel at the end of this. The walks to City Hall, then we have a drawing for some prizes. I usually get something from Stuart and Jasper. So anyway, I want to let everybody know, West Side Walks again, June 7th to July 26th, Thursday evenings at the high school tracks. And then, of course, our big project, at least for the summer, is this. This is the Health Summit. This is the flyer for it. This, of course, is here at the West Side Theater in Newman on June 14th. And we have our public health officer. I call her Dr. Julie because their last name is so hard to pronounce. I think it's called Vashampayan. I'm not sure I got that right. Some people call her Dr. V. I call her Dr. Julie. Anyway, she's going to be speaking about health, the importance of health and exercise. We do have a free lunch provided by the task force. And of course, this is our biggest loser contest too. So hopefully the city of Newman will have a team from the city. We have changed the rules this year, and I did leave a couple of the rules up there with Mike. You can have a team for as little as 5 people this year. So you can have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, up to 10. In the past, we've had teams of 10. Some groups had a hard time getting 10 people, so we lowered it to 5, or anything between 5 and 10. So hopefully, usually your public works department is usually pretty good about putting together a team. These are usually the biggest guys that could lose some weight. The cities of Patterson and Gustine did say that they would have a team also, and we're working on teams from the school district and then the private groups. I know there's at least one from Patterson, a group, Promodoris, are going to have a team too. So this is kind of a fun thing. I have the Ag Commissioner coming out to do an official weight, and we will start weighing people. We'll be ready at 4:30. I realize some people don't get off work till 5, so that's fine. And after all the teams are weighed, we'll start our program. So hopefully you can come. There is no charge for this event. This is a free event by the Healthcare Task Force, which is a 501c3 nonprofit. I think the only other thing I'll just mention is the EIR for the Crow's Landing Air Base has been completed about roughly a month ago. I don't remember the exact date. We did get some comments from it that we have to answer by law. So the county staff and the consultants we have are working on replying to the comments to the EIR, and it's expected that all that will be done by about September 1st. There was 140 things that we had to comment on, that we have to answer, and that's by law, so that's what we're doing right now. And hopefully once we get all that done, that sometime next year we can finally start on this project. It'll start slowly, but at least it gets started. The county is willing to put in the infrastructure for power and roads and water, and the sewer system's a little up in the air. I think it would be very likely that the county would just put in its own little sewer plant rather than trying to hook up with Patterson's. They've been really difficult to deal with. So anyway, that's all I have. Hope everybody can make it to the Health Summit and put together a team if you could, please. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to try and answer them on this or anything else.
Good to see you, Jim. Good seeing you.
Okay, thank you.
Were you here last week? I thought I seen him out here. Did nobody tell him about the meeting in council? Were you here last week?
No, I thought you canceled your last meeting.
We did.
I was just
I mean, I generally come to them all unless I'm out of town or something. That doesn't happen very often.
We appreciate it.
I try and come to them all.
We appreciate it.
Thank you, Jim.
Thank you.
Thank you.
With that, we'll move on to item 12, items from city manager's staff.
Thank you, Mayor, members of the council. Just a reminder that Monday is Memorial Day and City Hall offices will be closed. I want to wish the council a happy Memorial Day. Our first movie night is coming up, June 9th. We'll have Despicable Me 3 at Sherman Park. Movie starts around 8 o'clock, really around dusk, so it's probably about the time we're here. At our next meeting, preceding the meeting at 6 p.m. will be our budget workshop. So I don't think Lou passed out the budget today, but we're wrapping them up right now, so you'll probably get that probably by week's end. As you're going through the budget, if you have questions, feel free to give me a call or give Lou a call. We'll sit down with you and answer any questions that you may have with the budget. I'm happy to do that for you ahead of time, and then obviously at the workshop we'll go through it and give it a broad stroke picture for that as well. I want to, if you haven't heard, Ms. House has officially resigned from the city. She was accepted a full-time position with another community in the rec department, and on behalf of the city, we want to wish her well and her family well with that new engagement. Soccer signups are ongoing right now. Regular registration ends this Friday, and then after that it goes into late registration, and late registration ends June 15th. So we actually have 2 people still over there working right now. And then lastly, I'll steal a little bit of Catherine's thunder, but Measure L starts as early as next week. So they're going to start kind of more on the eastern side of town, away from the schools, and then work towards the schools. That'll give them time to probably clear out for not only graduations, but their summer schools are done around June. So they may not get over there until after that. It's probably a 60 to 75 day process. So those $1.5 million will be spent probably by the end of July. But like you said, our community is going to be a big impact on our community. You'll see a lot of your employees on there. And then if SB1 survives the November election, we have another project in the old part of town that you've already approved too, and it's been approved by the state. With that, I can answer any questions you may have.
Mosquito season starting. Are we going to get the mosquito abatement guy out here to kind of give us a rundown what we're looking at this year
I can
again?
reach out to Mr. Heff and see if he wants to do a presentation. Yes.
Yeah, I think that's usually a decent thing.
Thank you, Michael. Chief, anything for us tonight?
I would just like to congratulate and welcome the new firefighters. They're not here, so I can do that, and then we'll see it. So
Fight the fire.
I had the privilege to do the career day at Yolo Middle School, and I have to tell you that the 2 of the firefighters that were sworn in tonight represented the fire department, and they were impressive. The way they connected with the younger crowd, and they always had a long line. It was impressive to see. The future looks good for our department and our city. I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, Chief. Stephanie?
Nothing tonight, but I'm happy to
No
answer
big
any
grants?
questions. No big grants right now, but you've got us B1, so that's really good.
So just going to reiterate what Michael said. We just completed the budget today, so I'll be printing them up tomorrow and definitely have them out to you by the end of the week. And I'll make sure that the workshop is short and sweet and not drag out too long. Try to keep it interesting. That's it.
Exciting times.
It is exciting. We have a lot of good projects. And I just wanted to thank Terry over there and everybody that showed up to our Bike to Work event. We had a Bike to Work event last week, and it was very successful. Terry did a really great job, and remind everybody to try to use alternative transportation in the month of May. So walk or ride your bike somewhere. And thanks for coming, Michael. Appreciate it. You're welcome.
Yeah, I believe you said that there was about 70 people that showed up to that event. That's a big turnout. That's really neat. So, again, I'd just like to go back to the volunteer firefighters. A lot of people in the city don't know that they're volunteer, and they work all day, and then they come home, and on middle of dinner they take off, or middle of the night they get up and take off, and they got to go back to work the next morning. So, they aren't being paid, to be there, and they're doing it for their community and for the love of it, So that's big and important and a value to our city, because it's a huge funding aspect if we didn't have them, and it's greatly appreciated. So I'd like to thank them, and also everybody's gone, but the kids that were here, that's impressive for them getting up and talking. It's a big step. Happy Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah. All right.
I'd like to piggyback on the same thing that Case was just saying, and acknowledge Terry. You're doing a great job in your department. and she responds, especially if I call, she responds so quickly, and I appreciate that. And I just want to take this time to thank Pastor Bruce and Pastor Juanita. You're so dedicated. These people moved here maybe a year or two ago, and they hardly miss any meetings. And the reason why I bring you up because she travels over the hill 5-6 days a week sometimes and make it to do our service, at our church. And I just want to take this time to say thank you for participating in city council meetings. It's very important that, people like yourself come out and recognize how the city is growing. Thank you. That's all.
Thank you. Okay.
Just again, thank you to the firefighters that were pinned tonight. All too often we don't think about them until we need them, and we do need them. We want them there. So these guys don't get a lot of thanks, and we really appreciate the dedication of everyone in this area. So, and the students from Yolo, fantastic job. Yeah, what a good job they did.
Thank you. I just would say the same thing. It's exciting when you see these young people and people involved in firefighters, and you see young people coming here to speak to the council. I'm just proud and happy that I live in Newman, and the people that live in the city are wonderful people. I just can't say enough good things about them. We're very fortunate to have a city like that. Remember to protect it and always keep it like it is now. People that, when you go to the store, they'll talk to one another, and they care about each other, and it's a nice place to live. Anyway, with that, I'm going to ask for adjournment. So moved.
Second.
Motion is made and second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed?